It's a sad day because a true crime fighter out here doing the Lord's work lost his life trying to make this community safe.
Breaking now at 4, a Brazoria County Sheriff's deputy shot and killed in southwest Houston. An urgent manhunt now underway for the man police say pulled the trigger. The deputy killed has been identified as Jesus Jesse Vargas. He was a 17-year veteran of the sheriff's office, a father and a husband.
He was shot while trying to serve a warrant this morning. It was part of an operation with the Gulf Coast Violent Offenders Task Force happening off Stella Link near 610 in southwest Houston around 11:30 this morning. A blue alert has been issued for the suspect. You see him there. The man's 56-year-old Robert Lee Davis. He's also known as Sean Christopher Davis. We have live team coverage of this tragedy.
Let's go first to Katira Winfrey live at the scene. Katira, what did you learn about how that shooting unfolded?
Well, first off, guys, the scene is still very much active. There are a lot of law enforcement on the scene, but people close to investigation tell KHOU that, as you mentioned, this started as a warrant. They were trying to take someone in on a warrant, and they say the suspect came in a vehicle and was riding in the passenger seat. As officials surrounded him, we're told that's when he opened fire. Now, this comes from someone telling KHOU, who is close to the investigation, telling us this information. But as you can see, the scene has been active all day. Investigators, law enforcement agencies from all across the area. You can take a look at some of the footage we shot earlier. It is still quite heavily occupied with people from all over the place, but it has definitely calmed down. We spoke to several witnesses out here who talked about hearing the gunshots. They heard them ringing through the air. Spoke to one business owner who says he heard the shots, but also saw the suspect. He described him as a black male, an older black man running across the street.
It's really disturbing, really bad. Like, you know, we're at work and people are here. There's a lot of kids at the Dollar Tree and then move out of nowhere, gunshots and stuff. It's really bad.
All right, we are having some trouble with Katira Winfrey's microphone. Of course, we'll check in with her a little later from the scene.
All right, the Brazoria County Sheriff's Office and the community mourning the death of Deputy Vargas. Trace and Bragg sharing what we've learned about the slain deputy. Trace.
Well, Marcelino, first let me say this is, not just a tragic day for law enforcement in our area. This is a tragic day for our entire area. We are live here outside of Ben Taub Hospital, and up until about 15 minutes ago, there was an extremely large law enforcement presence here. Obviously, dozens of HPD officers as well as dozens of law enforcement officials from Brazoria County. Again, up until about 15 minutes ago, that's when all of that law enforcement presence left the hospital, following behind a medical examiner's van carrying the body of Deputy Vargas, of course, who was on his way to the Harris County Medical Examiner's office. I will tell you, I spoke to the Brazoria County Sheriff, Bo Stallman, just about 5 minutes ago, and I will tell you, he is extremely shaken about what took place today because of course, losing Deputy Vargas. Here's what he told me about the deputy. The deputy is a 17-year veteran with the Brazoria County Sheriff's Office, and he leaves behind a loving wife and 3 children. Listen to what the mayor had to say.
Houstonians will keep this family in our prayers. I've visited with Mrs. Vargas. They have 3 children. They're devastated. And it shows the dedication and commitment of our first responders.
That dedication and commitment, it couldn't be said better there. In fact, one of the officials here also said the deputy died doing God's work. He died doing what he can to protect our city, and we're going to continue to follow, hopefully learn more from officials here. But for now, I'll send it back to you all.
Trace and Bragg live outside Ben Taub Hospital. Trace, thank you. Well, records reveal the suspect in today's deadly shooting had a violent past.
Investigative reporter Jeremy Rogowski has been digging into court records for the past couple of hours and joins us with what he's discovered. Jeremy.
Yeah, Marcelino, Davis has a criminal history that dates back nearly 25 years. It includes a weapons charge and burglary of motor vehicle charge back in 1990, an evading arrest charge in 1991. In 1994, an aggravated robbery charge causing serious bodily injury, and in 2024, Davis was charged with aggravated sexual assault of a teenage girl. Houston police confirmed that was the warrant that task force members were trying to serve this afternoon when he allegedly began shooting at officers with the Gulf Coast Violent Offenders Task Force. Back to that aggravated robbery charge, we just got a word from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, who tells me that Davis was released from prison for that charge back in 2015, was put on parole and was released from parole in 2019. Marcelino?
Jeremy, thanks so much. And we'll continue our coverage on this active manhunt on air and online. Head to KHOU.com or download the KHOU 11 app. That way you can get the latest information at any time. We'll also have more updates throughout this newscast.